Hey everybody, welcome to Michigan Out of Doors. Thank you so much for joining us this week. Lots of good wintertime activity on this week's show and really around the state of Michigan right now. And we're going to start on the rivers doing a little steelhead fishing.
That's right, Jimmy. And then we're going to switch gears, head above the bridge for a UP hare hunt. And if we have time, we'll show you a little bit of the pictures you've been sending in for us on our bragging board. Lots of good stuff on this week's show. You stay tuned. I'm Jenny Olson.
And I'm Jimmy Gretzinger. It's time for Michigan Out of Doors.
From the first spring rains to the soft summer breeze, dancing on the pine forest floor, the autumn colors catch your eyes. Here come the crystal winter skies. It's Michigan, Michigan out of doors. Someday our children all will see this is their finest legacy, the wonder and the love of Michigan. As the wind comes whispering through the trees, the sweet smell of nature's in the air. From the Great Lakes to the quiet stream, shining like a sportsman's dream, it's a love of Michigan we all share.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Greenstone Farm Credit Services, making recreational land ownership possible across Michigan and northeast Wisconsin. Begin your land financing journey at one of Greenstone's 37 locations or visit greenstonefcs.com. By Meijer, a destination for hunting, fishing, and camping. From bug spray and tents to GPS and gas, Meijer has nearly everything you need to take on nature and get you there. Meijer. By Showspan, producing consumer shows including the Ultimate Fishing Show, Detroit, January 8th through 11th at Novi's Suburban Collection Showplace. The show features fishing tackle, fishing trips, fishing boats, and seminars on all Michigan game fish. The Ultimate Fishing Show, Novi, January 8th through 11th. By Country Smokehouse, offering a variety of meat products. Country Smokehouse is located 3 miles south of I-69 on M53, just south of Imlay City. Country Smokehouse is a meat processor, a butcher, and a destination for sportsmen.
Beautiful little fish.
Not too much better than a late December morning from the bow of a boat. Today we were after steelhead, and we had high hopes as we hit the water.
What we're gonna do, we're gonna start out with fishing spawn this morning. What I've got here, we're gonna float fish today, which means bobber fish.
Okay.
And so what I have advantage to, we have about 11.5 foot rod, and the advantage to that is you can keep your line off the water real well fishing these floats. So what we have is just a super simple setup. I've got a bobber with a weight underneath here to my snap swivel.
Okay.
And then I've got about 3 foot of 8-pound fluorocarbon here. Okay. And I shot pattern it down pretty evenly, just like that, right to the hook, and we'll put our spawn right on the hook here. So it's just simple as that.
Luke Baker and Mike Kennedy were nice enough to let me tag along this fine morning, and wouldn't you know, on Mike's first cast, the bobber was disappearing.
Beautiful little fish.
Nice.
Holy cow. Beautiful fish.
Excellent.
Well, that was...
Michael, congratulations.
No problem.
Hey, second cast.
Cool. Nice fish.
Wow.
Gorgeous fish.
What a beautiful fish. And
Cool.
was that the
second cast? Well, Luke cast the first one for me. It was
Mike's
my first
cast.
cast.
Right.
Luke didn't know how to cast it very
Holy
good. He didn't do
cow.
a very good job of putting her out there. So, you know, so
Mike, how often do you get out steelhead fishing anymore?
you know, not as much as I used to when I was younger. I used to get out a lot, and you know, I got more involved in turkey hunting in the spring, and that really kind of dominates my time right now. And I still like to get out a couple times. And Luke, come to work for Greenstone Farm Credit here just a couple years ago, and I got to know him, and he's a real avid fisherman. He's much more than a hunter, I think, and so he's kind of getting me back involved in this, and I can see why I'm missing out, I think.
Boy, I tell you.
So what we're gonna do is just kind of revive this fish here. Nice cold water, so it shouldn't take much, and just release her back. That's a nice little female. We're gonna release her right back to the river here. There she goes.
So that's how it works.
That's it right there. Good job, Michael.
All right.
Well, Luke and Mike both work for Greenstone Farm Credit. I found out a little bit more about what they actually do there.
Well, I mean, we're both agricultural loan officers, but the thing about Greenstone, there's always, we promote, you know, the outdoors. We are always financing hunting land, houses on a river, you know, basically anything recreational. That's what Greenstone does. So we're not just a agriculture bank. We do all kinds of outdoor stuff and promote the outdoors and love to be out here ourselves. And that's most employees you're going to run into are outdoorsmen themselves. So they understand when you want that 20, that 40, that 80, that 120 acres of hunting ground, and we finance it for you. We offer long-term fixed interest rates, and it's a great place to bank. It really, really is.
What a way to start the day. This bobber fishing for steelhead is really quite the way to go. Mike was using a spinning reel and Luke was using a center pin reel. I asked Luke just how often he gets out on the river.
Probably 2 to 5 times a month this time of the year. I mean, December fishing, obviously you're not expecting big numbers here, but basically where we're at is, you know, you catch 6 to 8 fish in a day. It's great, and you see usually 1, 2, 3 guys on the river all day, and you don't have any competition usually. So, you know, you can come up to the river. You don't have to get here real super early, and typically the best time of the fishing is mid-morning to mid-afternoon when that water warms up a degree or two. Those fish get a little more active. Look at the size of that fish.
Holy smokes. What a beauty.
Wow.
Wow, walk me through what happened there. How far? That was a huge drift.
Yeah, that was I was fishing the top part of a run, fishing an island or center pin here. That was probably 115 yards down. My bobber went down, set the hook, and into this guy. Nice big male. Beautiful fish here. That's a 10, 11 pound fish.
What a beauty. Now, how long you figure he's been in the river?
This one's been in the river probably a month.
Okay.
Nice real peach cheek here. You can see he's starting to get a little winter color. He's been rubbing on a little gravel down here with the white sitting at the bottom of that hole. And
Then these guys will go right back out to the lake?
yep, this fish, this may be this fish's last spawning cycle, but we'll get him back here real quick, and he may do it again one more year. But he's getting, this is probably a 4 or 5 year old fish here. He's getting to the point where he's been here 3, 4 times, and he's done his thing. So, but what a beautiful fish.
Boy, nice job landing that thing.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I have to say, watching Luke battle this fish for over 100 yards down the river, well, that was pretty impressive. We would hit a hole or a bend and then pick up and move down the river. Luke has asked me not to say just what river we were on today, other than we were in West Michigan. But no matter the river, the tactic will transfer to just about any of our steelhead rivers. One thing that helped us today is that we had hit the river just perfectly, just after some rain and snow, and there were some fish in here that had not been messed with yet.
Beautiful job, Michael.
Whoa.
Look at that fish.
Oh my word, look at the colors on that. Boy, he's like purple.
Yeah.
Bright he is.
Oh man.
Nice job, young man.
Did it.
Congratulations.
God, gorgeous fish.
Yeah,
Look at the
what
color
a fish.
on that.
Yeah, beautiful fish. Nice little female, probably a 5 pounder. On spawn again, they like the spawn today, so
Nice. Beautiful.
we're hitting 1 to 2 fish a hole here, it seems like. So
trick is you missed him.
Oh, I think I got it. There you go. Cool.
Wow. what a
Nice
beautiful
fish.
just revive them a little bit. Like I said, it doesn't take long in this water temperature here, and they seem to swim right away. Congratulations, Mike.
Thanks, Luke.
Now, the center pin reel that Luke was using is basically like a big fly rod reel. With no drag, the line just falls off this reel and can make for some very long, effortless, and effective drifts.
Well, we just hooked another one here. It's been a pretty good day, nice day out, overcast. Fish seem to be pretty active this morning.
Yeah.
Now, how do you figure how much tension to give them?
Well, I guess that's just experience. I mean, it depends, really depends on what pound leader I'm fishing. I'm fishing 8 today, so I can give them a little more beef, but I remember when I first started fishing, I broke a lot of fish off just because I didn't know how much tension to put on the center pin here, but I always like when my hand's a little wet. Pin seems to slide a lot better, so.
The colors on these fish today was absolutely stunning. The camera has a hard time showing you just how magnificent these fish are, but hopefully you can see just how awesome they really can look this time of the year. With the fishing so good, even the cameraman got to take a turn.
You guys were fixing Mike's setup here, so you gave me one of the rods, and sure enough, it looks like I hooked into something here.
Oh, cool.
Is it a sucker?
It could be a monster sucker. Oh, he's still taking. It looks like a pretty fish.
Nice fish.
I don't know how much to yank on him.
Yeah, just take your time. We got all day to do nothing here besides catch some of these, so. That looks like a nice fish, Jimmy.
I think it is. Whoa! I don't think he's quite done yet. Here, come get a close-up of him here. It has been a long time since I've caught one of those.
Fish.
Look at the color.
He's a toad.
Oh. Wow.
What do you think there, Jim?
Well, I tell you what, this is a perfect day on the river. Good grief. Thank you, Luke.
Hey, you're so welcome.
Look at that fish. Dandy.
I don't even know how many fish we caught today. I lost track after a dozen or so. Each hole had fish, and we only lost 2 or 3 fish all day, which is pretty rare. I think we literally hit the river before anybody else had been in there in several days, and the fish had just moved into these holes, and they were ready to take our offerings. Bobber fishing is something you may want to try. It was so much fun on these long rods. Most of my bobber experience is with a worm, but this was a ton of fun, and to top off the day, Luke got out the grill.
What we're having today, and I've got to admit, my lovely wife Martha made this for us last night. We got a little venison backstrap here, and we got a little venison hamburger here. So, living off the land with this shore lunch, I guess. That is beautiful. Wow. Look at that fish, Mike. Nice job.
What a nice fish. Dang.
Yeah, what a dandy. What a
Gorgeous fish.
Yeah.
I gotta get a
Heck yeah.
There is still good steelhead fishing in many rivers, and if you haven't tried it, you may want to give it a try yet this winter. And don't forget to bring a few bobbers along. You may be surprised just how much fun watching them drift through a hole can be here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Well, as you can see, we hit the river on a perfect day. There was fish in every hole we went to, and hopefully you'll have some fishing like that this winter. What we're going to do now is head above the bridge, do a little hare hunting with some of our friends at Lake Superior State University.
Spending time in the Upper Peninsula is always worth the drive. So many great sportsmen and women, and on this trip, I would get to meet a pretty prominent UP resident, Tony McLean, the president of Lake Superior State.
Well, this bulletin board is my career and my life, and these are former students of mine from back in the 70s.
Okay.
Matter of fact, this student right here, who's one of my football students, just retired a short time ago. He's Brigadier General Mike Peplinski, and he was in charge of Selfridge Air Force Base, and this was when he went into the Air Force Academy. So I mean, this is a history of me, but it's a history of a lot of kids that I've had the opportunity and the pleasure to work with. And of course, I get a lot of my hunting trips in, and my fishing trips. These are just some great memories for me. And I've been a track coach for 40 years, so these are some of my track kids, and we've been avid backpackers over the years, and so we've got some of our backpacking trips. Some are better trips than others. And then there's some UP things, like many people have never seen the Ebon Ice Caves up here in the UP. That's kind of a local secret. So this is just variety pack of my life.
And how many years you been doing this here at the school?
I've been here since 2009 at Lake Superior State University, and I was actually retired when I took the job here. I was asked to come out of retirement, and this was such a great place to work that I couldn't pass it up. I just couldn't pass it up.
This is a great school that is really outdoor friendly. First stop was the gun room. Yes, that's right, a place for students to check their guns in so that they can check them out to go hunting and enjoy the great outdoors.
We have, within a 30 minutes drive, we have miles and miles and acres of national forest. And they really enjoy to go out there and take advantage of that. And I don't know of very many schools, if any other schools, that have that within a 30-minute drive for the students.
It is great to see an example of guns and schools that is positive. Lake State really does cater to folks that love the outdoors.
We're looking at, these are former officers' quarters from when this was U.S. Army Fort Brady, and the houses, they're called the row houses because it's a row of houses, but they've been restored for student residents for many years, and lately what we've been doing is restoring them to what we call living learning communities, where students who share the same major or at least the same field of study can live, and then you're able to study with students who are in the same major and talk about what you did in class that day and kind of extend the learning experience.
So we're able to look at the yellow perch in Cranberry Lake, which is located on the Hiawatha Sportsman's Club property, and we're able to compare these lengths at age to the state average to see how well these fish are growing in that system. And upon completion of this project, we'll be able to actually know in that lake the size interval for the different age classes of yellow perch.
As you can see, the students in the Wildlife and Fisheries Department get some great hands-on work, especially in the local power plant that houses part of the school's Fisheries Department. Students, along with our own DNR, are doing research on the effects of lamprey on our whitefish population, and also rearing Atlantic salmon for release into the St. Mary's River. But it's not all work here. The night I was in town, Tony was hosting a party at the Lake State hockey game where he would interact with some students. And I had a chance to ask Tony a little bit about the makeup of the student body here in the Sioux.
Well, a typical Lake State student is a small town student. You come from usually Upper Michigan or the Upper Peninsula. Now we get lots of kids from other areas, but I would say that small town northern Michigan student is probably about 60% of our clientele. A lot of outdoors type kids, farm kids, just a really nice mix of down home kind of kids, and that's what we cater to, and a lot of our programs reflect that.
Well, Tony is a great administrator and, more importantly to me, a great guy who loves to chase beagles. We were in for a morning of hunting with Tony and some of his buddies who just happened to be faculty at the school, and a few students as well. And we got right into the action pretty quickly.
Actually, Rusty's kicked this one up out of the brush pile. So.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Nice. Well, congratulations.
Thank
How
you.
far was the shot?
I don't know. Pretty close. probably 20 yards.
Nice job.
Thank you.
You got one?
Yeah, I got one. Why does he sound like a question mark?
Well, we don't have it, on camera or anything.
Well, no, you don't have it on camera, but Chris will attest to the shot.
You got it with your pistol?
Yeah.
And what kind of pistol are you carrying today?
I'm carrying a .357 pistol, but it's a .38 wad cutter that we're using for hunting.
Okay.
I reload these with 2.3 grains of red dot, which means they're going about 600 feet a second, which is a little faster than a BB gun.
Pretty slow.
Pretty slow, and that's what makes them very accurate and a very clean kill for rabbits.
We had a few snowshoes in hand, and let me tell you, getting a white rabbit on camera in the snow, not easy. Fortunately, I was behind one of our best shots on this volley.
Oh, nice shot. She can shoot.
Yeah.
What a shot.
Thank you very much.
Dead eye.
Thank you.
Wow. I think we might have got that one on tape, maybe.
Awesome. A little adrenaline pumping through my veins right now.
That was awesome.
It's a lot.
Boy, he is a beauty.
Yeah.
Boy, they're hard to see in that snow.
That's for sure.
I have to say I was really impressed with Lake Superior State. Not only was Tony great, but his faculty that were on this hunt with us were great folks as well who love to hunt and fish, and how great is that? We had a couple graduating students on hand as well going into wildlife and fisheries management, just one of the areas that this school emphasizes. The outdoors is obviously a big draw to folks that live in the Upper Peninsula, but it was really neat to see that carried over to this fine school as well. We did find a few more rabbits today and ended up with 5 and 2 grouse. It was a great day of chasing beagles through the woods of the eastern UP. And thanks to all at Lake Superior State that helped show us that there are still places where schools, hunting, fishing, responsible gun use, indoor and outdoor sports can all work together here in Michigan's Out of Doors.
Everybody, thank you so much for watching Michigan Out of Doors this week. If you missed part of this week's show or last week's show, you can always check out our website at michiganoutofdoorstv.com. We're also on Facebook if you want to check us out there. And lots of good stuff coming over the next few weeks here on Michigan Out of Doors.
That's right, Jimmy. We're finally going to get to see what happened for the opening day of firearm season with me and my crew over in the Thumb area. We'll also visit a buck pull down that way, and lots of fun stuff coming up over the next few weeks. Make sure you join us over the next few weeks right here on your PBS station for Michigan Out of Doors.
Michigan Out of Doors is presented by Jay's Sporting Goods with locations in Clare and Gaylord. Jay's, serving the Michigan outdoor enthusiast since 1971 with a wide variety of outdoor products. The gear, the knowledge, the tradition of Jay's, on the web at jayssportinggoods.com. By Chappelle, providing sleds, shelters, and accessories for your time on the ice. Chappelle offers a line of pop-ups, flipovers, and the Bay Runner, a mobile cabin with a shelf for electronics and a sliding seat. On the web at chappelle.com. By Propane, exceptional energy. Propane retailers promote the safe use of Michigan-produced gas energy in homes, farms, and businesses across our great state. Learn more at usemichiganpropane.com. By Meyer, a destination for hunting, fishing, and camping. From bug spray and tents to GPS and gas, Meyer has nearly everything you need to take on nature and get you there. Meyer. Closed captioning is brought to you by Propane, exceptional energy. Propane retailers promote the safe use of Michigan-produced gas to outdoor enthusiasts across our great state.
When I wander far away, a dream stays with me night and day. It's the road that leads to my home state. I am a Michigan man. Changing seasons paint the scene like rainbow trout in a hidden stream. The white-tailed deer in the tall pine trees. I am a Michigan man.
Wow, walk me through what happened there. That was a huge drift.
Yeah, that was I was fishing the top part of a run, fishing an island or center pin here. That was probably 115 yards down. My bobber went down, set the hook, and into this guy.